what's up, you guys? So very excited for today's video. It is a heavily requested video. I get so many questions on my college experience, what college I go to, like what's my major, and blah blah blah. My braids are kind of fucked up. I tried to do a new cute little hairstyle today. Yeah, I have layers, so that's why like the braids just like look stupid. And also, why is my chair so low? That's better. So yeah, in this video it's just gonna be like a chatty video, so y'all can pretty much just like listen along like while y'all like go do something else, you know. I pretty much just want to like talk about my experience at FIT. If you guys were like curious, or if you guys were interested in going to FIT, or if you guys were like weighing out your options, like what school to go to, I pretty much just want to give you like my experience. So let's get right on into it. If you guys don't know what FIT is, it stands for Fashion Institute of Technology. So that is the college that I attend. Right now I'm in the bachelor's program, and my major is FBM. FBM stands for Fashion and Business Management and Merchandising. So that's what I do. A lot of people assume Fashion Institute of Technology is just a fashion school, and yeah, it is centered around the fashion industry and like how to work in the fashion industry, but like no one's major is fashion, you know. Like you could do like history of fashion, fashion design, fashion merchandising, marketing, like things like that. So there's a lot of like, fashion is kind of just like an umbrella term, and there's a lot of like specific majors related to fashion. So my major, for example, is fashion and business. So we pretty much learn the business end of the fashion industry. So like buying, selling, marketing, merchandising, advertising, targeting, like things like that. We do forecasting, which is really fun. But my major isn't one of the more creative majors. Like, yeah, you have to be somewhat creative to be in a business field and think of like business tactics and things like that, but it's not really like an artsy major. Wait, let me just run it back because I forgot to explain to you guys that FIT is actually divided into two schools. It has the business school and then it has the art school. So the business school is the school that I go to. So some majors that belong to the business school are AMC, I believe, which is advertising and marketing communications, and also I believe product management is on the business side. So on the art side, you could take majors like graphic design, textiles, obviously like fashion design. They have like menswear, they have like a sneaker design major, I believe. They have like cosmetics and things like that. So yeah, that's kind of like the fun side. I kind of go to the boring side, but to me it's fun. I personally love my major. I'll get more in depth on my major later on in the video. If you were like interested in going to FIT and you're not sure like which major you would want to get into, definitely check their website. That's what I did when I was researching the school, like before I even applied or anything. They have everything on there. You guys can look through their majors and the requirements for each major, because some do require a portfolio. My major did not require a portfolio. When I was applying, all I needed to do was write the essay, I believe. So two of the main questions I get are, do I like my major and do I like the school in general? The reason I chose to go to FIT out of all of the fashion and business schools in New York, first and foremost, is that FIT is a SUNY school, meaning it is a state university of New York. So that being said, it is definitely one of the more cheaper options, or the most cost-effective options. Like, it's not like cheap, but it's like compared to the other ones, girl, it definitely is. While I've been in school, I think it's about $7,000 a year for New York State residents. If you are a New York State resident, you do get a waiver. If you live anywhere outside of New York or internationally, you can attend FIT, but it's just like way more expensive. I can't tell you the exact price. So that was like one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to go to FIT, because at this point I had already been in school 3 years at a different college. So I transferred to FIT and I pretty much was out of financial aid. They were not providing any more financial aid for me because I've already been in school for nearly 4 years. So at this point I pretty much only had the option to pay out of pocket for college, which is why I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to be in debt for the rest of my life. Like, I'm not trying to take out a fat ass loan and go to one of these expensive schools when this is just like more cost efficient. And also it's been named like one of the best, no, it's been named the best fashion school in New York. So I'm just like, I'm gonna go there. Like, that's kind of why I made that decision. And I had all these like assumptions about FIT like prior to going. I was like, oh, it's good, like it's a fashion school, it's an art school, like it's gonna be so fun and like alive. Girl, it just feels like a very just regular schmegular like institution. Like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't give art school. Like, it just gives regular schmegular school. Like, you go there, the classrooms are super boring, the hallways are always dead, like there's like no people around ever. I'm just like, yo, where's everybody at? Like, I really did not expect it to be that like dry to be a fashion slash art school. Like it's just very like calm vibes. Yeah, so the school itself, to me, it's just like a really standard school. Like it feels like school. It's not like, oh, it's lit, it's a party. But also bear in mind, I'm not like a dormer. Like I don't dorm, but they do offer dorms at FIT. I'm not a dormer. I used to commute. So I used to commute from Long Island at that. So it'd be like a 2-hour commute. It's a big issue at FIT. Like it's kind of really hard to make friends there, especially when you're commuting, because like when you're on campus or you live on campus, obviously you're surrounded by other like dormers all the time, so you're able to like click up and make friends and like go to events all the time and just be on campus 24/7. But when you're a commuter, you're not on campus all the time, you don't get to meet people all the time, you don't get to attend the functions all the time, so it's just like way harder to make friends. My first year, I like didn't make any friends at all. I did not talk to a single soul. Like I would just like go to my class and go the fuck home. So yeah, I got my first degree at a community college in my hometown back in Long Island, and it took me 3 years. Don't ask me why. But I mean, I was working full-time at the time too, so like it was just like took me a little longer to get my degree. So I finally got my degree. It was a liberal arts degree. I graduated, and then I was just like, now what? Like I didn't really know what to do, and you know, I did some soul searching, whatever. So then I ended up like falling in love with like, you know, the fashion industry, and I was already starting my YouTube channel at that point, and I just like was really into fashion, and I was really just trying to be like an entrepreneur. So I was just like, you know what, I want to go to school for this. Like this is really fun. So that's when I applied to FIT. I actually applied to the fashion design major, which like I said is the art school. So I applied to that school, and for that you do need a portfolio along with a essay, and you do have to pay to apply. I believe it was $50. I applied to the school, and womp, I didn't get in. But it was low-key a blessing in disguise, because I did not want to be in the design major, y'all. My portfolio was complete shit. Like I was just like, it was not for me. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise that I didn't get accepted to the design major. I was kind of heartbroken, not gonna lie. I was like, but at that point I was just like, whatever, like let me rethink this. And then I ended up applying to the business major, because I heard the business major was a lot easier to get into, and once you're in the school, like it would be easier to like switch majors if you wanted to. Just like, whatever, I'll apply to the business major. And like lo and behold, I actually really fell in love with the major. Like I felt like the classes were really interesting to me, and like it just came kind of easily to me. Like it wasn't like when I was in community college where like you have to take like English and like social studies and like, you know, what is it called, sociology. Like I took psychology classes. Like that to me was way harder. So like this kind of stuff just like came naturally to me. It's just like effortless. Like I was just like, this is where I belong. I kind of want to go more in depth on my experience and my first semester at FIT. I was 21 already when I got accepted into FIT, and when I first started like my first semester. So a lot of the people there were fresh out of high school. So I feel like that also kind of made it like harder for me to make friends and connect with people, because I was already so much older than everybody else. But there were a lot of like transfer students also. Like I wasn't like the only one, obviously. So let me just set the stage for FIT, okay? Let me tell y'all, the school is probably like 97% women, girls, and like 3% men. So like it's definitely just like a woman-run school. There's a lot of like male like staff and teachers and stuff, but like the students, we're all girls. Like literally you might have 1 or 2 guys in a class. So like it has its perks, but also you're gonna be surrounded by a bunch of like stuck-up girls who are like into fashion and stuff like that. And me being a little baby from the suburbs and being surrounded by all these city girls for the first time, I was kind of just like it was definitely something I had to adjust to. Like I really felt like out of place and very judged. Like I felt like these girls were so judgmental, like especially freshman year, like your first semester, you're gonna feel hella judged, because like obviously it's a fashion school, so people are gonna judge you on your fashion. Like they're gonna look at you up and down, they're gonna look at your shoes, they're gonna look at your hair, they're gonna look at your bag. Like they're just gonna judge the out of you. So I just remember feeling very awkward, uncomfortable my first semester. You know, I was very out of place. I feel like the teachers or like the professors, they weren't really warm and welcoming either. Like even though the classes are very small, like the classes can have like 15 to 20 people in it, like the teachers still won't take the time to like learn your name. I don't know, they're not really like warm and welcoming either. And like on top of there being like only women in the class, there would be a lot of times where I was the only person of color in the class as well, which also just made me feel really uncomfortable and like isolated, and just like, I don't know, I felt really alone my first semester. Like, I don't think I even spoke to like a single soul the first semester. Like, I tried to be friendly and warm and like buddy with some girls. Like, they would just try to like curve me away, and I'm just like, all right girl, whatever. I was like, you don't want to be my friend, fine. Like, dang, like let me just sit here by myself then. One of my like worst semesters ever, and also it was during winter, so it was just like cold as fuck. It was just not the vibes. It was just not the vibes. I hated my first semester. So my second semester is when the pandemic hit, and then we had like obviously isolated learning, and that was like about a year and a half, which sucked because it just like destroys your whole college experience. Literally, you don't get to meet people, you don't get to network. Like, just learning from home is so freaking boring, and like I just like, bro, I just feel like I learned absolutely nothing within that year and a half. It was just not the vibes. The only good side to isolated learning was like we have to do a lot of projects at FIT. Like, it's not so much like writing essays like in other colleges, but we do have a lot of projects. So we do like presentations, we do PowerPoints and things like that. The bright side was that I didn't have to present like in front of a class because I could just do that on the webcam, so it was like way less pressure. So I really appreciated that. I was just like, thank God I don't have to go up in front of the class and present this shit. I hate public speaking, I hate doing presentations. I get really nervous, I get really sweaty, I start shaking and stuff. So I was just like, oh, thank the Lord that I could do this from the comfort of my own little house, my own like little desk. I just did that shit in my PJs. So yeah, fast forward, now we're in my, I don't know, like second, 2, 3, 4, 5th semester? Girl, I don't even know. But I went back to school 2 semesters ago, right? So we've had so far 2 semesters back in person, IRL, sitting in the classroom, and the vibes were so different. I don't know if it's me, girl. I don't know if it's the students. I don't know if it's the school or the world, the universe. I don't know, but the vibes were way different after the pandemic. Maybe it was all in my head, who knows, but I just felt like the people were a lot more chill. It could also be that now we're in the bachelor's program, so I don't know, maybe we're just more grown now. It was just like a lot more alive. I guess people were just like excited to be back like in person or whatever, but it was like definitely like a lot more fun. Yes, we do have to wear masks at school every single day. I think now it's not mandatory, but everyone does it. Like, it's kind of just like an unspoken rule. It's just something kind of like we're all used to at this point. When I came back, I remember I took a sustainability class, which I was really into. I took a statistics class, which I was not into. Like, I hated that class. It was so hard, but that was the class where I made my first friend ever. I met my friend Jen, which you guys probably know by now because I post her like literally every single day. But yeah, she's my little bestie, and like we met in that statistics class. She was wearing an Ed Hardy hoodie, and y'all know I love Ed Hardy. It's one of my favorite like throwback brands. So I was just like, oh hey, I like your hoodie, and then we've been besties ever since, y'all. Having friends in school really does change your experience. It's actually fun to like have someone that you can relate to. You guys can compare assignments, and like we would take a lot of pictures and stuff. So like that's when I really started to dress up for school, because girl, before that I was leggings and sweats every single day. Like, I did not care. I'm a strong believer that dressing up really does affect your mood. Like, if you're in a bummy outfit, like, you're gonna be in a bummy mood, but when you're in like a baddie outfit, you're gonna feel like a baddie, and you're gonna carry yourself like a baddie, and you're gonna carry yourself like that bitch. Major tip: dress for success if you go to fashion school. Obviously not every day am I gonna dress up. Like, I still sometimes just wear like leggings and a black tee, like, you know, sometimes I'll even wear sweats. I hate to wear sweats to school, but I will do it, girl, especially during the winter when it's mad cold outside and it's like 8 a.m. I'm gonna be in sweats. I was actually only supposed to be in school for 3 years because, like I said, I already had my prior degree. I already have an associate's degree from a different school, so I was supposed to finish this degree in 3 years, but it's actually gonna take me the full 4 years because I switched from being a full-time student to a part-time student, because you guys know I took on this job, YouTube, and being like a content creator slash influencer, and it's very time consuming. Being a content creator is very hard to stay on top of your stuff and also stay on top of your schoolwork. So yeah, I feel like organization was so important when I was juggling my job with my school. So one thing that really helped me when I was feeling stressed and overwhelmed was the skills that I learned on Skillshare, which is our sponsor for this video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of online classes for anyone who loves learning, wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. Skillshare has tons of classes to choose from, including creative creative classes like digital illustration, graphic design basics, photography classes, and a lot of other classes that suit your personal interests and goals. One thing that I really wanted to work on during a stressful semester, juggling between school and YouTube, was staying organized and focusing on my productivity. So I decided to take the class called Mastering Productivity, Create a Custom System That Works by Thomas Frank, who is also a YouTuber and entrepreneur like me. So while taking the class, I really learned how to manage tasks and organize my schedule. He made the class really fun and like interesting and easy to follow along with. Some added benefits to Skillshare are being ad-free, so y'all can stay in the zone and not get distracted while you're learning a new skill. They also offer new premium classes being added each week, so there's always something new for you guys to check out. And their entire catalog is now available with subtitles in Spanish, French, Portuguese, and German. So I've been wanting to try Skillshare for forever, and now that I have, girl, I'm hooked on it. So if you guys want to try it for yourselves, and if you have a skill that you guys have been interested in learning, Skillshare now has an offer for the first 1,000 people who use the link in my description. Will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you guys could try it out, because I feel like there's seriously something on there for everybody. Shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys check them out using the link in my description. And now let's get back into the video. So I have my phone now. I posted a question little tag thingy on my Instagram, and I told you guys to send me questions that you might have on FIT. Oh no, it expired. Okay, it's okay, I screenshotted them. Someone asked, what are the requirements to get into FIT? So pretty much from what I can remember, girl, it was 3 years ago. My memory is terrible, but I'm pretty sure all you need to do was submit a college essay. So for my college essay, I actually went to my old college writing center and they helped me write it. But it's pretty much just like, oh, why would you be a good fit for our school? Like, what made you want to come to the school? I don't know, I guess like just saying a little bit about yourself, like kind of what you have to offer to the school. So I feel like you pretty much just have to like play up your strengths in the essay. For example, I was like, oh, I'm a YouTuber, like I'm very creative, I'm very outgoing and ambitious and things like that. Pretty much say like why you and the school are like a good match, you know? So yeah, the essay really wasn't that hard at all. Someone asked me to break down the type of commute I make and rundown of the classes. The commute that I used to make from Long Island, it would take me 2 hours to get from Long Island into Penn Station, and then from Penn Station I would walk to FIT, because FIT is like, it's pretty close to Penn Station. So that was my old commute. So now here, being in Brooklyn, I have to take 2 trains and walk a little bit to get to school. So now it takes me 45 minutes, which is way better than the 2 hours that it used to take me, and it's way cheaper now. I used to take the LIRR, which is the Long Island Railroad. It would literally be peak hours, so I would pay $20 for a ticket there, $20 for a ticket back. And now when I go to school, I just have to pay the subway toll, which is like $2.75. So that's pretty much my commute now. Big blessing. I'm so happy I had the opportunity to move closer to my school and to live in Brooklyn now, and it honestly just worked out for the best. Rundown of the classes. This past semester I took a finance class which talked about stocks and savings and mortgages and loans and things like that. So it was kind of hard, not gonna lie. Things like that are hard for me. Aside from that, what other classes did I take? Oh, I took a computer class which was called Insights and Analytics, which is pretty much like a computer program. So they pretty much teach you how to use this computer program where you can pick up insights on your customers, their preferences on clothing items and things like that. It was a super easy class. I had to do 2 presentations in that class, and they were group presentations. So FIT has a lot of group projects, which is good. You get to like communicate with your classmates, and it's never like weighed too heavily on you. I think I don't think I've had maybe like 1 individual project, and the rest were like all group projects, which is super chill, and I feel like super realistic, because like when you're actually in the industry, you will be working in teams and groups with other people. So that, I love that. I love working in a group. It makes my life so much easier. And then I took business communications. So business communications was pretty much like an English class, but it's kind of more focused on like, you know, business. He taught us how to like write emails, taught us how to make like a proposal presentation. So like if you're proposing an idea to a company, he taught us how to do that. We did like resumes in that class. We learned how to write a memo, things like that. Like they narrowed down their classes so specifically, so you learn every single skill. Right now I have 2 certifications. One was for the Insights class that I mentioned I took this semester, and I also got certified in Excel through my school. So I am Excel certified. I know how to use Excel, girl, but honestly I low-key don't, but it's fine. I'm still put that shit on my resume. Someone asked me about the fashion design major. I really couldn't tell you. That's not my major, and for the most part, all my friends that I've made are in my major or are AMC or something like that. It's funny because like even though like the business students and the fashion design students, like we go to the same school, we don't really interact with each other. They kind of stay on their side, we stay on our side. I can tell you all about the business major, but design major I have no idea. Someone said to rate my overall experience. That's kind of hard because in comparison to other colleges, you don't get the, you know, college experience. Like we don't really have a campus, we don't have a yard, we don't have like, I think they have sports, but I know nothing about that. I don't play sports. It's not a traditional school. For what it is, like, it's just a really chill environment to learn. To me, it's perfect. I wouldn't want to like dorm and do that whole college thing. Like, that's not for me. It's in New York City, so you're able to explore a lot. Overall, I don't know, maybe like a 6 out of 10. It isn't like, oh my god, yes, amazing. Like, it's just like, it's a standard school. Like, it's not bad, but it's not like super fun and amazing, you know. Someone asked, is it actually worth it? I would say yes, because FIT is the top fashion school in New York, and also I believe in the country. You can have a lot of connections. Like, just putting that you went to FIT on your resume can open a lot of doors for you. So I've heard, I don't know, I don't have a job, but I've heard like it helps you get jobs and just like build connections and stuff. I feel like it is worth it. It's like literally like one of the cheapest schools. Like, I paid probably the same here as I did in my community college back home in my hometown. It's the same price, so I think it's worth it. So I want to ask, do the students judge you if you go bummy to school? Low-key, a lot of people dress bummy to school, especially during the winter. There's a lot of people who, like, you know, they'll pop off fits one day and then be a complete bum the next day, meaning me. That's me. I do that all the time. And one day I'll be like all the way dressed up, like wig on, colorful, like makeup done, and then the next day I'll literally be like hair in a bun, dirty ass sweatpants that I wore to sleep that night. Like, you know, we all do it. I don't think people really feel judged if they wear like sweatpants. For the most part, people do like to dress up a little bit for school, especially when the weather's nice. When it started to get like warmer towards the end of the semester, you would see a lot of people in like dresses and like cute outfits and skirts and this and that. But like usually like during the middle semester, when you're like dealing with midterms and it's freaking cold and it's snowing outside, like people are gonna be bummy, especially at 8 a.m. class. Girl, I'm not the one. When I had the 11 a.m. class, that wasn't so bad. I would dress up, but 8 a.m. I can't do it. I can't do it, girl. I'd be tired. That was pretty much my experience at FIT. Let me know if you guys have any more questions down below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this chatty little video. I hope it was helpful and insightful if you guys want to attend FIT. I hope this helps. If any of you guys already go to FIT and want to be friends, let me know. We could get lunch together or something, girl. I have 1 year left and Jen is graduating soon, so I will soon be friendless. So let me know. I love you guys so much. Shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Check them out using my link, and I will catch you guys in the next one.